Good morning to all the students. We completed up to nuclear fission and nuclear fission, in which there are two types of reactions are there. One is controlled chain reaction, another is uncontrolled chain reaction. In case of a nuclear reaction, that too, the controlled chain reaction can be realized in practice, and that can be realized in the reactor. That is what nuclear reactor, in which actually there are three types of nuclear reactors. One is the power reactor, second one is the research reactor, and third one is the breeder reactor. And already we discussed about the power reactor, in which the nuclear controlled chain reaction can be realized. Nuclear fission controlled chain reaction will be realized, and during which the nuclear reaction causes the enormous amount of heat energy is produced, and that enormous amount of heat energy is later it will be converted into steam energy, and later the steam is converted into mechanical energy, and finally the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. And about the nuclear reactor, its construction, its working, and what the reaction will be takes place, that already we finished in the previous classes. Now we will go about the nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion is also one of the nuclear reaction, in which the two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. The two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. This phenomena here we will call it as nuclear fusion. In this nuclear fusion, what are the two light nuclei? For example, two deuteron, they combine to form a heavy nuclei. Comparing to the deuteron, this helium is heavy nuclei, plus enormous amount of energy will be released, during which there is also some radiations of everything. What this type of reaction, what it will be takes place here, which we will call it as a nuclear fusion reaction. Two deuteron combine to form a heavy nuclei, that is what helium, plus enormous amount of energy will be released. And this enormous amount of energy, what it will be released during this, that energy is due to the mass defect, due to the mass difference between the reactants and the product here. What the new product it will be produced, the mass of this quantity and mass of these. This is the reactants and this is the product. Sum of the mass of reactants minus the mass of the product, that gives the mass defect, and that mass defect in atomic mass unit, which we will take it as delta M, and this is equal to amount of energy released into 931 mega electron volt. And during this reaction, about 24 mega electron volt amount of energy will be released during the nuclear fusion. Per nuclear fusion, the energy will be released about 24 mega electron volts. And better to look here, what this nuclear fusion reaction will takes place. This is actually very difficult, and this can able to take place under a very high temperature, and the temperature will be in the order of 10 raised to 7 Kelvin to 10 raised to 9 Kelvin. This much of very high temperature whenever it will be maintained, then the two light nuclei, they fuse together form a heavy nuclei. Whenever the two light nuclei they have to fuse together, during which actually the electrostatic force of repulsion will be exist between the two light nuclei, because light nuclei will be positively charged. Both the nuclei are positively charged, means the positive charge will be repel each other. So according to the Coulombian force, the positive charge, negative charge will be repel each other. That means like charges will be repel each other and unlike charges will be attract each other. So here the two light nuclei they will be combined together, means the electrostatic force of repulsion will be overcomes. So due to that, actually the light nuclei they must have to move with a enormous amount of kinetic energy. They must move together with an enormous amount of kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy about 400 kilo electron volt. Whenever those electrons or those nuclei, they will be move with that much of energy, with a enormous amount of acceleration also. That means the nuclei they will be moved together with an acceleration, with a large acceleration, which is having energy is about kinetic energy is about 400 kilo electron volt. Then they overcome the electrostatic force of attraction, and hence they will be fused together. During that fusion, what the energy will be released, and that energy is about 424 mega electron. So they have to move with this much of kinetic energy. Then they must have to have a large temperature, and the temperature is in the order of 10 raised to 7 to 10 raised to 9 Kelvin. Because of, as you know it, in case of a thermal properties of matter, in case of a thermodynamics, you was learn about the sum of kinetic energy of the particles gives the heat energy. Other kinetic energy with some large amount of kinetic energy थर्मल एनर्जी पड़ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, उसको थर्मल एनर्जी देना पड़ता है. अधिक थर्मल एनर्जी ऑर्डर होगा into 10 to the power 7 Kelvin into 10 to the power 9 Kelvin. अष्ट हाई टेम्परेचर, उतना हाई टेम्परेचर अगर मेंटेन करें तो the two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. During this combination, during the fusion of light nuclei, the enormous amount of energy will be released. So hence the nuclear fusion is a nuclear reaction in which the two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei with the emission of large amount of energy, and also some radiations will be emitted. Here not only this one reaction, there is a different reactions are also there. To generate this reaction or to take place this reaction, actually there are different stages will be there, in which there are two types of reaction will be there. During this what the energy will be released, actually there in case of a nuclear fusion itself, there are two types of reactions will be takes place, in which catalytic agents can be used. Catalytic agent choose one which increase the speed of reaction, which increase the rate of reaction. So due to that, here actually there are two types will be there. One is the carbon nitrogen cycle. One is carbon nitrogen cycle, and another is proton cycle. There are two types of cycles in which the reactions will be takes place, and finally in this case the 4 hydrogen nuclei. In case of a carbon nitrogen cycle, carbon it will be used as a catalytic agent. So during that case, there the 4 hydrogen nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei, and that is what helium nuclei. There is a formation of a helium, during which the catalytic agent will be used, which is carbon. अंदर यूज मतलब कार्बन को यूज करके उसके लिए उसको कार्बन नाइट्रोजन साइकिल बोलते हैं. During this reaction, what the energy will be released, which is about 24 mega electron volt, or it is nearly 26.7 ಮೆಗಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಈಗ ಈ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ about 26.7 ಮೆಗಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ it will be. How the reaction it will be takes place I will show you. ಅದು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಆ रिएक्शन ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದ. कार्बन नाइट्रोजन साइकिल कैसा होता है and प्रोटॉन प्रोटॉन साइकिल कैसा होता है उसका इक्वेशंस I will show you. I will write the equations how the reactions will be take place in which the four hydrogen nuclei combine to form a helium nuclei. Before going to that, here we will discuss the other type of reaction which will take place. For example, here deuteron plus another deuteron combine to form a helium isotope. Helium isotope with the releasing of one hydrogen atom plus the enormous amount of energy is released. During this process, the energy will be released about 4.03 mega electron volt. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ इधर कितना एनर्जी रिलीज होता है about 4 mega electron volt. Because of here the sum of the mass of reactants different sum of the mass of its products that gives the sum mass defect and the mass defect in terms of atomic mass unit and that atomic mass unit mass defect into 931 mega electron volt that gives the energy which is about 4 mega electron volt. Here is the another reaction again in which here the two deuterons combine. Here is again the two deuterons which are isotopes of hydrogen. Deuterons are ಏನದವ hydrogen the isotopes ಅದವ. So now these two combine to form again helium isotope plus one neutron will be released and here the energy will be released and that energy is about 3.27 mega electron volt. This is what the energy will be released during this reaction. So like this, here the different types of reaction will be takes place. And better to keep it in mind what the energy will be released in case of a nuclear fusion. What the energy will be obtained in case of a nuclear fusion per atom. Per atom in nuclear fusion. Per atom in nuclear fusion on an average 26 mega electron volt. Whereas in case of a nuclear fission for one atom in case of a nuclear fission on an average about 200 mega electron volt will be released. About 200 in which case in case of a nuclear fission it is about 200 mega electron volt whereas in case of a nuclear fusion about 26 mega electron volt. So hence here the energy released per fission in nuclear fission is more than that of the nuclear reaction in fusion. Per fusion the energy will be less. Per fusion or per atom the energy in fusion is 26 per atom or per fusion in nuclear fission reaction it is about 200 mega electron. And here if the energy released if we will go for per unit mass if you go to measure or go to the nuclear fission and fusion reaction by taking the unit mass during that case the energy released per unit mass in case of a fusion the energy released per unit mass in case of a fusion it is very much greater than that of the nuclear fission reaction. In per unit mass in nuclear fission if suppose for example 1 mega electron volt suppose for example per unit mass 1 mega electron volt energy is released in nuclear fission whereas in case of a nuclear fusion it is about 6 to 7 times. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು एनर्जी nuclear fission में जो भी एनर्जी रिलीज होता है per unit mass उसका 7 to 8 times larger than that of the nuclear fusion energy. Hence, the energy released per unit mass in nuclear fusion is 6 to 7 times greater than that of the energy released in nuclear fission reaction. Per unit mass energy per unit mass in fusion is greater than energy released per unit mass in fission. Per unit mass energy per unit per atom in fusion less than energy per atom in fusion. This is what the energy. So therefore here there are few differences between the nuclear fission reaction and nuclear fusion reaction. Only ಕೆಲವೊಂದು differences. उधर कुछ differences है वो बता दूं. होना है तो और एक बार just I will repeat it once again. What is nuclear fusion? Better to observe it. Better to listen carefully. Nuclear fusion reaction is a nuclear reaction in which the two light nuclei fuse or combine to form a heavy nuclei. For example, two deuteriums combine to form a helium plus the amount of energy released, which is about 24 mega electron. And this energy released can be obtained due to the mass defect between the reactants and the product. The other type of reactions will be like this. The reactions will be tasteless. The nuclear fusion reaction is very difficult to take place. It is difficult, this reaction is difficult to achieve because of actually the two light nuclei, they have to fuse, they have to combine means the before going to that there is an electrostatic force of repulsion. And that electrostatic force of repulsion should be overloaded and they will be fused to form a heavy nuclei. If that electrostatic force of repulsion will be overcomes, for that purpose, the these light nuclei, they must have to move. During their motion, they must have a large amount of kinetic energy. Illondu nuclei, idondu nuclei. For example, this deuterium and this deuterium, they have to move together. इवेरडू ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಮೀಪಿಸೋ ನಜದೀಕ್ आते समय ये भी पॉजिटिवली चार्ज है, ये भी पॉजिटिवली चार्ज है. अकॉर्डिंग टू द कूलम्स लॉ, पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव दे विल बी रिपेल ईच अदर. अवेरडू रिपेल आते दोनों रिपेल होते एक्चुअली. तो रिपेल होते हुए भी हो क्या होना, फ्यूज होना एक हुए. और रिपेल रिपल्सिव फोर्स इतना दोनों अवेरडू ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು कंबाइंड आगे. एंड कंबाइंड आगे कैसा कंबाइंड होना, वो भी how it will be possible, and that it will be possible. This thing will be moved with a large speed, having more kinetic energy, which is in the order of 400 kilo electron, and this also move with a very high speed. Bahಳ high speed da bandaga, due to their high speed, due to their high kinetic energy, they overlooks the electrostatic repulsive force. If they will be overlook the electrostatic force, then they will be fused together. ಅವೆರಡು ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಬೈಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತದ, ಎದುರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಬೈಕ್ ಬರ್ತದ, ಎರಡು ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಕೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಕೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೌ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, इधर से एक ट्रक जाता है विथ सम स्पीड, ಎದುರಿಂದೊಂದು ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಮೇಲೆ in the opposite direction, the another car will be comes with a very high speed. If both are with a very high speed, then they will be fused together, they will be combined. ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಟ್ರಕ್ಕಿನೊಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಕ್ಕಿ ಹೊಡಿತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಬಂದವು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಕ್ಕಿನ ಒಳಗೆ ಕಾರ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಾರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯೂಟೇರಿಯಂ and another deuterium, they will be collide and they will be fused together. Hence the light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. Okay, ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಇಂಥ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು. ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ heat energy, and the heat energy will be in the order of 10 raised to 7 Kelvin to 10 raised to 9 Kelvin. ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆ ಲೈಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೈ they will be move with this much amount of kinetic energy. Then they can able to fuse and the nuclear fusion reaction can takes. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Now we will see the differences between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. After that, we will see the carbon nitrogen cycle and proton cycle. Here is nuclear fission. This is what nuclear fusion. First point, in case of a nuclear fission, when a heavy nuclei, it will be bombarded with thermal neutron. Then there is a isotope will be formed. For example, uranium-235 bombarded with thermal neutron. Then uranium isotope be formed which has a heavy mass and it is now unstable, and that heavy nuclei splits up into two light nuclei. Nuclear fission is the heavy nuclei splits up into two light nuclei, breaks up into two light nuclei of comparable masses with the emission of 2 to 3 neutrons, and enormous amount of energy will be released. So therefore here nuclear fission reaction is the reaction in which the heavy nuclei splits up into two light nuclei of comparable masses. And here nuclear fusion is the two light nuclei combined to form a heavy nuclei. Two light nuclei combined to form a heavy nuclei. That is what nuclear fusion. Here, heavy nuclei splits up into two light nuclei. Here, the two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. Second, this nuclear fission reaction can take place at room temperature. Nuclear fusion reaction can take place at room temperature. It is possible to take place at room temperature. But during the reaction, what the energy will be released in the form of heat energy, that it will be very large in temperature. But during the reaction, it can possible to take place at room temperature. Whereas this nuclear fusion reaction, the nuclear fusion reaction can take place at very high temperature, and the temperature is in the order of 10 raised to 6 or 10 raised to 7 up to 10 raised to 9 Kelvin. This much of very high temperature will be required for the nuclear fusion, and that much high temperature is difficult to maintain. ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ cannot be takes place in practice. Practically ಅದು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ practically. तो उसके लिए इधर reactors है, इसके लिए reactors है. Means nuclear fusion reaction can be realized in a reactor, nuclear reactor, but nuclear fusion reaction cannot be realized in practice. This can be realized in practice. This cannot be realized in practice. Practically, in the Earth's atmosphere. But this type of nuclear fusion reaction can take place in the star's atmosphere. ಅದು ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ದಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ nuclear fusion because of the core of the star. For example, sun is also one type of star. At the core of the sun, the temperature is in the order of 10 raised to 7 to 10 raised to 9 Kelvin adali. Aಷ್ಟು high temperature at the core of the sun, not on the surface of the sun, at the core of the sun. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ in case of sun's atmosphere, in case of some star's atmosphere, nuclear reactions can take place. ಅಲ್ಲಿ nuclear fusion reactions ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಅದು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಯಾವ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಐದರ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೆರಾನ್, ಟ್ರಿಟಿಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ carbon will be used as a catalytic agent, whereas the 4 hydrogen atoms combine to form a AB nuclei. 4 hydrogen nuclei combine to form a AB nuclei. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ದಾಗ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. So now next one, the energy released per fission, the energy released per fission or energy released per atom of a fission reactant, which is about 200 megaelectron volt. Whereas in case of a nuclear fusion, the energy released per atom of fusion, which is about 26 megaelectron. About 26 megaelectron. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದ್ರೆ अलग अलग रिएक्शन इधर देखो ओनली 4 बताए, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ओनली 3.27 ತೋರಿಸಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ 24 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन तोरिಸಿ. इधर कितना 24 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन हो गए, इधर 4 हो गए, इधर 7 हो गए. अगर कार्बन नाइट्रोजन साइकिल लिए तो 26 मेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन वोल्ट. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ನಿಂದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ 26 ಮೆಗಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಶೋಸ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಪರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ದಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಪರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್. That too per fission means per atom, here per fusion means per atom. Whereas the energy released per unit mass in fission, energy released per unit mass in fission is less, but here the energy released per unit mass in fusion is more. How many times? If it is 1, yes, times ಇದು ಒಂದು 1, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 6 to 7 times greater, 6 to 7 times greater. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ इससे भी कितना टाइम ज्यादा है, 6 to 7 टाइम ज्यादा है. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ reaction in which the energy released per unit mass is very much greater than that of nuclear fission reaction per unit mass. In this nuclear fission, here there is a chain reaction can take place. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ reaction ಆಗ್ತದೆ? Chain reaction. But in this case there is no chain reaction. Nuclear fission ದಾಗ chain reaction ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ chain reaction. Nuclear fission is having a chain reaction, whereas nuclear fusion does not have a chain reaction. And again here there are two types of chain reactions are there, controlled chain reaction and uncontrolled chain reaction. ಇದರ ಮತ್ತ chain reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಂತೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ chain reaction ಇರೈತಾ. of course controlled nuclear fusion reaction ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. controlled nuclear fusion reaction रिएक्शन बोल के होता होगा, प्रैक्टिकली नहीं कर सकते, वो जस्ट स्टडी कर सकते हो उसको। थेरोटिकली वी लर्न दैट वन। कंट्रोल्ड फ्यूजन रिएक्शन अगर होना है तो एनर्जी रिलीज पर फ्यूजन विल बी मेंटेन कांस्टेंट, एनर्जी रिलीज पर फ्यूजन विल बी मेंटेन कांस्टेंट। अವಾಗ ಅದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಚೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್ ಚೈನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ uncontrolled chain reaction can be take place, which we will call it as a sustained reaction can take place. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ controlled chain reaction can be realized in case of a reactors known as a nuclear reactor. And in this case, on this principle, on the principle of nuclear fission reaction, nuclear weapon, and the nuclear weapon is atom bomb. Jandu bomb alla, atom bomb. Atom bomb is working on the principle of nuclear fission reaction. Whereas in case of nuclear fusion, based on the principle of nuclear fusion, here there is a hydrogen bomb. ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ, atom bomb. Hydrogen bomb and atom. Hydrogen bomb is nuclear fusion reaction and atom bomb is based on the principle of nuclear fission reaction. So these are the few differences between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Now we will see here there are different reactions in case of a nuclear fusion. What the energy release, now what we say. The energy will be obtained due to the nuclear fusion reaction, and that nuclear fusion reaction can take place in the starch atmosphere. This reaction can be takes place in starch atmosphere. In the starch atmosphere, what the nuclear fusion reaction can take place. During that, what the energy is obtained, and that energy we will call it as stellar energy. The energy which is obtained by the principle or by the reaction, nuclear fusion reaction, that it will be takes place in the starch atmosphere, and that energy we will call it as stellar energy. And this stellar energy is due to the nuclear fusion reaction in starch atmosphere. In the starch atmosphere. In the starch atmosphere, which we call it as a stellar energy. During this case, according to another scientist, Bethe, in 1930, Bethe, name of scientist, he was observed that, he was proposed that the set of nuclear reactions for the energy produced in the sun's atmosphere can be takes place due to one is carbon nitrogen cycle, and in this carbon nitrogen cycle 4 hydrogen atoms combine to form a helium. 4 hydrogen atoms combine to form a helium with the amount of energy released, and this amount of energy is about 26 megaelectron. Carbon nitrogen cycle nalli 4 hydrogen atoms combine to form a helium heavy nuclei ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ हाइड्रोजन को कंपेयर करते ये हेवी होता है, and हाइड्रोजन को कंपेयर करते दिस इज मोर स्टेबल, इट्स बाइंडिंग एनर्जी इज मोर देन दैट of hydrogen. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ series of reactions will be takes place. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ series of reactions ಆಗ್ತಾವ and better to see the series of reactions what it will be takes place in carbon nitrogen cycle. Carbon nitrogen cycle. In the first here is the carbon 12 plus 1 hydrogen atom form there is a nitrogen plus energy. Nitrogen 13 7 atomic number plus the energy. So here one carbon nucleus combined with hydrogen nuclei form a nitrogen isotope with the energy amount of energy will be released. Then later this nitrogen it will be split in two. It are the next set of reaction 13 7. This it will be split carbon 13 6 plus. One is the positron. Plus enormous amount of material. Then later this carbon 13 it will be again combined with carbon isotope. It is stable into the isotope formation. And again this it will be combined with another hydrogen atom. Again there is a formation of a nitrogen 15. Plus there is a energy will be released. Energy. This type of reaction is going to taking place in case of a carbon nitrogen cycle. Later this nitrogen again combined with nitrogen 14 7 again combined with another hydrogen and hence there is a formation of a oxygen. Oxygen 15 plus the amount of energy will be released and the energy will be released. Now this oxygen 15 it will be split up into nitrogen plus positron. Nitrogen plus nitrogen plus positron plus energy These causes the radiations are emitted. Later this nitrogen 7 it combined with another hydrogen. Combined with another hydrogen combined plus carbon 12. This becomes carbon 12 plus helium plus amount of energy and this is what the reaction will take place in carbon nitrogen cycle. See here once again I will repeat it. So here in case of a carbon nitrogen cycle, the carbon will be used as a catalytic agent which increases the rate of reaction. And here this carbon it will be added with one of the hydrogen atom. That means carbon nuclei combined with a helium hydrogen nuclei. There is a formation of a nitrogen isotope. Plus during the fusion reaction, the energy will be released. Here some amount of energy will be released and that amount during which the mass defect is the difference in mass. Mass defect is the difference in mass with this reactant or with these reactants difference mass of this nitrogen. Ali mass defect bartada adu use madka. Now this nitrogen isotope that is unstable. Nitrogen isotope is unstable and that it will be split into carbon isotope plus one positron, which is in the form of a radiant energy. Means heavy radiations having high frequency, smaller wavelength. Now emit after which are dangerous. Adike nuclear fusion reaction is very dangerous. Along with the energy emitted, there is also some very energetic radiations are emitted. Adike carbon 13, one is positron plus energy. Now this carbon 13 again it will be combined with a hydrogen nuclei, and this hydrogen nuclei after fused with the carbon isotope, then there is a formation of a nitrogen 14 plus amount of energy will be released. Again the energy is mass defect of this part and this part, that gives the mass defect which gives 931 multiplication ಮಾಡಿದ energy. Now this nitrogen, it will be again fused with one of the hydrogen atom and gives oxygen isotope which emits some amount of energy. Later this oxygen is isotope of oxygen unstable है, oxygen isotope unstable है, तो उसके लिए इधर nitrogen isotope formation होता है, इधर unstable है तो, and there is a emission of positron plus energy. Now this nitrogen isotope again will be combined with another hydrogen atom, gives the carbon 12 plus helium. So therefore here is the total how many hydrogen atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogen atoms. Means here is the 4 hydrogen atoms. 4 hydrogen atoms, they combine to form a helium plus the amount of energy, and what the amount of energy during this process, and that can be calculated, which found which is equal to 26.7 mega electron. What the energy will be released during this reaction, that is nothing but 26.7 mega electron. This is what we will call it as a carbon nitrogen cycle. Okay, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ 4 hydrogens combined finally we got helium. See here, carbon 12 carbon 12. The equation equate ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು as you are going to learning in case of a chemistry ಒಳಗೆ organic chemistry ಒಳಗೆ equation ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹಂಗೆ equation ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ये सभी ऐड करने के बाद here we will get hydrogen 1 2 3 4 hydrogen. LHS ನಲ್ಲಿ 4 hydrogen ಉಳಿಸುವ, RHS ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ, helium plus energy ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತದ, ಅದು ಅಲ್ಜೆಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, 4 hydrogen combined helium and energy, and that energy is about 26.7 mega electron. ಇದು per fusion per atom, and that is 26.7 mega. This is what we call it as a carbon nitrogen cycle. There is another cycle will be there nowadays, that is one of the domestic which is useful, which is very important for nowadays. What the reaction will be, they are going to doing, they are going to practicing, they are going to finding in case of a research purpose. However, ಇದು necessary ಇದೆ, ಯಾವುದು proton cycle. How the proton cycle ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇದರ ಕೈಸ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. How is the reaction? Now here is the two hydrogen atoms. that it will give the two deuterons. Two deuterons plus two positrons plus enormous amount of energy. Enormous amount of energy. Later, the two hydrogens and two deuterons. Two hydrogens plus two deuterons combine to form a helium isotope plus energy will be released. Energy released. Next, one more step is two helium isotopes. Two helium isotopes combine to form helium plus the hydrogen plus the energy released. This is what the reaction, and here is also again four hydrogen atoms gives the helium plus two positrons. Two positrons. What it gives? The two positrons. Plus what the energy will be released, which is about 26.7 megaelectron. This is what type of reaction in which the positron proton will be come into play. See here is the two hydrogen atom. As you know it, hydrogen nuclei consists of only the proton. Hydrogen nucleus contains only protonic. Here is the two means total four hydrogen atoms. Four hydrogen nuclei combined. Here there is a deuteron, two atoms of deuteron and plus there is a two positrons will be maintained and the enormous amount of energy. Now later these two deuterons and another deuteron, two hydrogen and two deuteron, they combine to form a helium isotope plus energy will be released. Now these two helium isotopes, they will be causes, there is a helium element will be obtained and here is the two hydrogens will be released. So here 2 plus 2 4, here is 2, total 6 hydrogen atoms towards LHS. Then here towards RHS2, these 2 will be cancelled, it will cancel. Total 2 plus 2 is 4. Here 2 deuteron, here 2 deuteron, that will be cancelled. Positron here is also the positrons will be there. Helium is 2 helium isotope, 2 helium isotope. Equation separate ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದು cancel. A cancel. ಇದು cancel. Remaining 4 hydrogen atoms that gives the helium plus 2 positrons plus enormous amount of energy. This is what we call it as a proton-proton cycle. These two types of reactions will be takes place in the star's atmosphere, causes the energy will be released, and that energy we will call it as stellar energy. Okay. This is all about what the nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction. So with this actually we completed the topic, that is what we will call it as a nuclei. Up to this, what we completed, nuclear topic will be completed. Listen the nuclear topic. What you have learned in case of a nuclei? Nucleus, the properties are characteristic of a nucleus, such as the nuclear mass, nuclear charge, nuclear density, and nuclear size. These properties you must learn. After that, in case of a nuclei, after the properties, you must learn about the nuclear reactions are there, in which there are two types of nuclear reactions. One is the nuclear fusion reaction and another is the nuclear fusion reaction. As you must know, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reaction. In case of a nuclear fission, there are chain reaction will be there, in which there are two types are there. One is the nuclear control chain reaction and another is the uncontrolled chain reaction. Nuclear control chain reaction can be realized in reactors. So there are three types of reactors are there. One is the power reactor, research reactor and breeder reactor. And later nuclear fusion, the two light nuclei combine to form a heavy nuclei. And what are the differences between nuclear fission and fusion? What amount of energy will be released in nuclear fission and what amount of energy will be released in nuclear fusion? That differences also you know. In case of a nuclear fusion, in the star's atmosphere, the reaction will take place. One is the carbon-nitrogen cycle and another is the proton-proton cycle, during which the four hydrogen atoms combine to form a helium, giving the enormous amount of energy, which is in the order of 26.7 megaelectron volt. So later, actually, another nuclear reaction other than nuclear fission and fusion, there is another nuclear reaction, and that is what the radioactivity. So actually radioactivity is also one of the nuclear reaction, and nuclear fission other, nuclear fusion other. And another reaction, nuclear reaction only, radioactivity is also there. Radioactivity. Actually this concept, it is deleted for your portion for this year. Though in notes I gave radioactivity notes with yes or radioactivity notes the deleted portion of the objective types ET need or ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಬೇಕಾದದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ about the radioactivity. After that we will go few numericals based on nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. And this radioactivity, it is the spontaneous disintegration of heavy nuclei. The spontaneous disintegration of heavy nuclei by the emission of certain radiation. Spontaneous disintegration of heavy nuclei by the emission of certain radiations is known as radioactivity. For example, here is the uranium, which disintegrates with the emission of certain radiations, and the radiations are here alpha radiations, beta radiations and gamma radiations. We can also call it as alpha decay, beta decay, gamma decay. And this phenomena can be occur naturally. That means the radioactivity occurs naturally, known as natural radioactivity. Natural radioactivity. And this natural radioactivity was discovered by Henry Becquerel. It was first discovered by Henry Becquerel. The spontaneous disintegration of heavy nuclei by the emission of certain radiations such as alpha radiations, beta radiations and gamma radiations. That phenomena is known as radioactivity. Naturally occurring radioactivity is called natural radioactivity, which was discovered by Henry Becquerel. This is what the radioactive phenomena was discovered. And during this case, for example, here uranium, it will be emits with gamma radiations, alpha radiations. For example, it is 230, 238 is the mass number, 92 is the atomic number. Usually radioisotopes ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Radioisotopes are the uranium-238, which is unstable, it will be disintegrated with the emission of gamma radiation. Then there is a formation of new element. There is a formation of new element, and this new element, it will be a different mass number and different atomic number. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 238 ಅದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ 92 ಏನದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯುರೇನಿಯಂ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಬೈ 4. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 238 ಇದೆ 234 ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 238 ऐसे क्या होता है, वो 234 होता है, and 92 is 90 आता है. And the mass number is decreases by 4 and atomic number is decreases to 2. ಯಾವಾಗದು ಗಾಮಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಗಾಮಾ ಸಾರಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಾಮಾ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆಲ್ಫಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆಲ್ಫಾಗೆ ಸಾಥ್ ಗಾಮಾ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್, alpha jati gamma radiations are the which are neutral particles of therapy, whereas the gamma radiations are positively charged particles consists of helium nuclei. And we learn about the element to helium nuclei. The equation is equate ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. equation ಅನ್ನು equate ಕರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ helium nuclei, gamma alpha radiations consists of a helium nuclei. ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರ the another element will be disintegrated with the emission of beta radiation. Beta radiation is emitted along with gamma radiation. Alpha jate gamma irtada, beta jate gamma irtada. But here mass number is decreases to 2, but in the case of a beta radiation mass number is increases to 1. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಲ್ಟಾ mass number ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. mass number ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸರಿ, mass number remains same ಇರ್ತದ, atomic number is increases to 1. mass number remains same during the emission of beta radiations, but atomic number will be increases to 1. ಇದು ರೇಡಿಯೋಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫೆನಾಮಿನಾ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈ ರೇಡಿಯೋಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫೆನಾಮಿನಾ ನಲ್ಲಿ we are going to learning about the decay law ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. decay law means radioactive disintegration law ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. and what are the number of elements or number of atoms, n equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda TL from equation ಬರ್ತದೆ. half life period equation ಬರ್ತದೆ. mean life period equation ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ in case of a radioactivity ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ये सभी का नोट्स इसमें दिए. इतना डिलीट करे चाहिए वो पोर्शन, that part is deleted actually, but I gave you. Even though if you need, if you want, these deviations can possible. Now ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. of course in next class ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೆರಡು deviations ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಸ್ತೀವಿ. वो दोनों का deviation देखा होगा. वो एक क्लास एक्स्ट्रा क्लास लेता हूँ, ಒಂದು एक्स्ट्रा क्लास ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವೆರಡು deviations ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ वाले क्लास में उतना वो दोनों का डेरिवेशन देके उसके बाद में we will go for the numericals on nuclear reactions. Numericals on nuclear that we will do in the next class. Okay, thank you.